Okay, so now let's work through example number 2. So a man who is a carrier for sickle cell anemia, which is a recessive genetic disease. So let's start with writing our key. I'm going to use A to designate our allele. So if we're talking about a dominant allele and a recessive allele, and then we're always going to have 2 recessive alleles. So when you read this problem, sickle cell anemia is, according to this problem, a recessive genetic disease. That means that you have sickle cell if you carry both recessive alleles. What that means is that if you don't have both recessive alleles and you have a dominant allele and another dominant allele, or a dominant allele and a recessive allele, then you have normal blood, normal hemoglobin. Okay, so that's our key. Now let's figure out our parent. So a man who is a carrier for sickle cell anemia. So let's do the man's genotype. He's a carrier, which means he has one normal allele or a dominant allele and one sickle cell allele. Has a child with a normal non-carrier woman. So she's normal, so she has to have a capital A. But she's not carrying the allele. So her second allele is also a capital dominant allele. What portion of the children is expected to be afflicted with sickle cell anemia? So now we're going to set up our Punnett square again. And I just want to point out, because we're seeing the words recessive in here, we know we're talking about a dominant or recessive type of cross. We're not talking about incomplete dominance, and we're not talking about codominance. Okay, so we put parent 1's alleles up here. Parent 2's alleles go here. And we cross them. So what portion of the children are expected to be afflicted with sickle cell anemia? Well, it's a recessive genetic disease. They would have to have 2 recessive alleles. So in this case, 0% of the children would be expected to have sickle cell anemia.